You can do this. Let's start with something simple. You are listening to this right now. In English. And you understand it. Maybe not every word. Maybe you missed something. That is okay. You are still here. You are still listening. And that means something. That means you are already doing it. A lot of people think that thinking in English is something special. Something only very smart people can do. Or people who lived in another country. Or people who started very young. That is not true. Thinking in English is a skill. And skills can be learned. By anyone. At any age. At any level. You just need to know how. And you need to start. So let's start. Your brain is not your enemy. First, let's talk about your brain. Your brain is amazing. Seriously. It learned your first language perfectly. Without classes. Without textbooks. Without tests. It just listened, and watched, and slowly, it understood. And then one day you just spoke. Your brain did that. Your brain can do it again. But right now, your brain has a habit. When you want to say something in English, your brain goes to your first language first. It thinks in your language. Then it looks for the English words. Then it puts them together. That takes time. That feels slow. And sometimes you lose the moment. You know this feeling. Someone asks you something in English. You know the answer. But by the time you find the words, the moment is gone. That is not because you are bad at English. That is because your brain is still using the old road. You need to build a new road. A direct road. From your thoughts, straight to English. No stops. No translation. Just English. That road takes time to build. But every day you work on it, it gets a little better. How the brain actually learns, let me tell you something important. Your brain learns by repeating. That is it. That is the secret. When you do something once, your brain notices it. When you do it 10 times, your brain starts to remember it. When you do it 100 times, your brain does it automatically. Think about driving a car. The first time was hard. You had to think about everything. Your hands. Your feet. The mirrors. The other cars. It was a lot. Now? You just drive. You do not think. Your brain does it for you. Language is the same. The first time you say a sentence in English, it feels strange. You have to think about every word. But the 100th time? It just comes out. So the question is not, am I smart enough? The question is, am I repeating enough? And the answer is probably, not yet. But you will. The small moments are everything. Here is something people miss. They think language learning happens in class. Or in a special study session. Or when they sit down with a notebook. And yes, those things help. But the real learning, the deep learning, happens in the small moments. When you wake up in the morning and think, I am tired. I need coffee. Say that in English. When you look out the window and think about the weather, say it in English. When you are cooking and you think about what you are making, say it in English. These are tiny moments. 20 seconds each. But they add up. If you have 50 small English moments every day, that is 50 times your brain practiced. 50 times it used that new road. 50 times it got a little stronger. Most people wait for a big moment to practice English. A conversation with a native speaker. A trip abroad. A big presentation. But big moments are rare. Small moments are everywhere. Use them. Talk to yourself. This is the advice that sounds a little crazy. Talk to yourself in English. Yes. Out loud. Or in your head. Both work. Narrate your day like you are telling a story. Like you are the main character. I am walking to work. It is cold today. I forgot my gloves. Again. I always forget my gloves. This is a problem. Simple. Easy. Real. You are not writing a poem. You are not giving a speech. You are just thinking, out loud, in English. This does one very powerful thing. It makes English feel normal. Natural. Not a school subject. Not a foreign thing. Just how you think. Right now, your everyday thoughts happen in your first language. Shopping lists. Small worries. Little observations. The things you notice on the street. Move those thoughts to English. Not all at once. Start with 1 or 2 things every day. Name the objects around you. Describe what you see. Comment on what you feel. I am hungry. I want something warm. Maybe soup. That is enough. That is real English thinking. Forget the perfect sentence. Here is something that stops a lot of people. They want to say the perfect sentence. With perfect grammar. Perfect vocabulary. Perfect pronunciation. And because they cannot make it perfect, they say nothing. That is the worst thing you can do. Perfect is the enemy of progress. When a baby learns to walk, it falls. A lot. It does not wait until it can walk perfectly before trying. It tries, it falls, it gets up, it tries again. You need to do the same with English. Say the imperfect sentence. Use the wrong word sometimes. Forget a grammar rule. It does not matter. What matters is that you spoke. What matters is that you tried. Every imperfect sentence teaches your brain something. Every mistake is information. Your brain collects that information and slowly, quietly, it fixes things. Not because you studied the rule. Because you used the language enough times that your brain started to feel what sounds right. That feeling, that instinct, is what you are building. And you cannot build it by waiting for perfect. Connect words to feelings. Here is something very interesting about how memory works. Your brain remembers things better when they have a feeling attached. Think about your first language. When you say the word for home in your language, you feel something. Maybe warmth. Maybe safety. Maybe a specific smell or a specific person. That feeling is why the word is strong for you. Now think about English words. Do they have feelings? Or do they just have translations? If a word only has a translation, it lives in your head like a fact. Dry and forgettable. But if a word has a feeling, it lives in your heart. Strong and easy to remember. So how do you give English words feelings? Use them in real moments. When you are happy, say I am really happy right now in English. Not just think it. Say it. When you are tired, say I am exhausted in English. When something is beautiful, say this is beautiful in English. Look at the thing. Feel the feeling. And say the English word at the same time. Slowly, your brain starts to connect the English word directly to the feeling, not to the translation. And that is when English starts to feel real. Listen like a child. Children learn language by listening. A lot of listening. Before a child says one word, it has listened for months. Thousands of hours of sounds and rhythms and patterns. And then one day, the words start to come out. You need that too. Listen to English every day. Not to study. Not to analyze. Just to listen. Podcasts. Audio lessons. Simple stories. English conversations. Whatever you enjoy. Your brain is always working in the background. Even when you do not understand everything, your brain is picking up patterns. The rhythm of sentences. The sounds of words. The way questions feel different from statements. This background learning is powerful. It builds something that grammar books cannot build. A feeling for the language. A sense of how it flows. You know how some sentences in English just sound wrong? Even if you cannot explain why? That feeling comes from listening. Your brain heard enough English to know when something is off. The more you listen, the stronger that feeling gets. So listen. Every day. Even for 10 minutes. Even while you are doing something else. Let English be the background of your life. Make English personal. Here is a question. What do you care about? Music? Food? Sports? Animals? Travel? Technology? Fashion? History? Whatever it is, find it in English. Find someone who talks about that thing in English. Find stories about that thing in English. Find conversations about that thing in English. Because when you care about the content, you forget you are learning a language. You are just listening because you want to know what happens next. You are just speaking because you have something to say. That is the best kind of learning. The kind where you forget it is learning. When English connects to something you love, it stops being a school subject. It becomes a door. A door to more of what you love. More music you understand fully. More stories that make you feel something. More people you can really talk to. That door opens slowly. But every day you practice, it opens a little more. The hard days are normal. Let's be honest for a moment. Some days will be hard. Some days English will feel impossible. You will forget simple words. You will lose your sentence in the middle. You will understand nothing and feel frustrated and want to stop. Those days are normal. Every language learner has them. Every single one. The hard day does not mean you are going backwards. It does not mean you have a bad memory. It does not mean English is not for you. It means you are human. And humans have hard days. Here is something interesting. Sometimes the hard days come just before a big jump forward. Your brain is working very hard on something. It feels messy. And then suddenly, something clicks. Something that was hard becomes easy. And you almost cannot remember when it was difficult. So on the hard days, be kind to yourself. Say, today is hard. That is okay. I will try again tomorrow. And then try again tomorrow. Celebrate the small things. People wait for big moments to celebrate. I will celebrate when I can have a full conversation in English. I will be proud when I can watch a movie without subtitles. I will feel good when my grammar is perfect. But those moments are far away. And waiting for far away things is discouraging. Celebrate the small things. Right now. Today. You understood a sentence you did not understand last week. Celebrate. You thought of the right word faster than before. Celebrate. You spoke English without stopping to translate. Even for one sentence. Celebrate. These small wins are real progress. They are proof that your brain is changing. That the new road is getting stronger. Notice them. Say them out loud. I did that. I understood that. That was good. Your brain responds to positive feedback. When you celebrate a small win, your brain says, okay, that was good, let's do more of that. So be your own cheerleader. No one else needs to know. Just you and your brain. Making a deal to keep going. You are building a new you. Here is the biggest idea. When you learn to think in English, you are not just learning a language. You are building a new part of yourself. A part that can connect with people from all over the world. A part that can understand different ways of seeing life. A part that can go places, read things, listen to things, and experience things that were not available before. That is not small. That is huge. And it starts with the tiny daily habits. The 30 seconds of talking to yourself. The 10 minutes of listening. The one English word you connect to a real feeling. Every small thing you do today is a brick. And bricks, one by one, build something strong. You will not see the wall today. Maybe not next week. But one day you will step back and look at what you built, and it will surprise you. A few simple rules to remember. Before we finish, let's make it simple. 1. Talk to yourself in English every day. Even for a few minutes. Even about small things. 2. Listen to English every day. Not to study. Just to be in the language. 3. Connect English words to real feelings. Use them in real moments. 4. Do not wait for perfect. Say the imperfect sentence. Your brain will learn from it. 5. Be patient with yourself on the hard days. They are part of the process. 6. Celebrate the small wins. They are real. 7. Make English personal. Connect it to things you love. These are not complicated rules. They are small daily habits. And small daily habits, over time, change everything. You are already on the way. Let's go back to the beginning. You listen to this. In English. For a long time. Maybe you understood 80%. Maybe 90. Maybe you missed a few things. It does not matter. You stayed. You listened. You kept going. That is exactly what training your brain to think in English looks like. Not a big dramatic moment. Not a perfect performance. Just showing up. Just trying. Just giving your brain a little more English every day. Your brain is learning right now. Even as you listen to the last words of this audio. It is making connections. It is building that road. It is getting ready for the next time you need English, so that next time, the words come a little faster. The sentences feel a little more natural. The thinking feels a little less like work. You are already on the way. Keep going. One small moment at a time. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like and subscribe.